why not just ask him and give a specific name?
That would be leading. We wanted to see if you could identify him just by looking at what we were looking at. We did not want to suggest to him a specific person. And also at that time, we didn't know who it was either. It was just somebody who was being suspicious. We figured based on the videos, in these videos, you can see that person using a key to open the garage. And I knew from the amount of time that I spent there talking with Glenda as the manager on the property, that the residents there had a physical key to open the garage door to the underground parking. In these videos, you'll see this individual use a key. So we believe that he was likely a resident there because he was using a key in these videos. And that's why we asked another resident, do you know who this person is?
Madam Clerk, can you turn on the screen just for the witness, please? Yes. Now, Detective Stern, while Mr. Lefebvre was testifying, we showed him various clips of these trail cameras that were identified by law enforcement and then shown to him. Do you recall that?
I do.
Now, those were marked as exhibits 66 through 74. But there are specifically exhibits 73 and 74 that I'd like to play with you first and ask you a few questions about them.
Okay.
First, this is marked as exhibit 73. And then exhibit 74.
We still have the timeline up, Attorney Thompson.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let's try this again. Exhibit number 73, and we see that on the top left. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And I'll play it for you from the beginning. And now exhibit 74. Had you seen exhibit 73 and 74 during your investigation into what happened to Mr. Maldonado?
Yes.
Do you recognize the property that is shown in those two videos?
Yes, those are both depicting the parking lot area of 1512 East North Street in Waukesha.
And the person that we see on those videos, based on your observation of all of these videos, is that the same person that we saw in the earlier videos in exhibits 66 through 72?
Yes.
I would move exhibits 73 and 74 into evidence, please.
Any objection to the receipt of 73 and 74, Mr. Lychwick?
Yes, I strongly object, especially on the grounds that it makes me look suspicious and I was out on my own property, minding my own business.
All right.
There's nothing suspicious about that activity.
Taking that as a relevant objection, the court will rule that objection and will receive exhibits 73 and 74.
And Judge, the earlier exhibits I just mentioned were not all published to the jury, so I would ask permission, please, to publish 66 through 74.
66 was previously authorized for publication. 67 through 74, then, Mr. Lychwick, any objection to those videos being, hang on, any objection to those videos being played to the jury?
Yes, I object on the grounds that they tend to make me look suspicious because they've been built up to look that way.
Okay, on the same basis, then the court overrules the objections and the state may use those exhibits with the jury.
Now, first I have, I'm sorry, Madam Clerk, can you please turn on the screen for everyone? I'm sorry. Thank you. Now, Detective Stern, was this one of the first videos that you were directed to by Detective Keppel?
Yes.
And when we watch this video, I'll ask you at the end, any particular observations you made as it relates to not only what the person was wearing, but also if you could see what this person was carrying. So I'll play from the 0-second mark. Oops. Okay. Now, when we watch Exhibit 66, first, I want to start with, can you see a date and timestamp on this video?
Yes,
What is the date and time?
May 2nd, 2024, 0041 hours, which is 12:41 a.m.
What did you note about what this individual was wearing?
What I note is the heavy boots. They appear to go up the ankle, dark color. They're large, heavy boots. The cutoff T-shirt appears to be some sort of pant and a hat. And then I noted the carrying. And if I could ask you to maybe go back to the 00 mark, you get a little better of a view here. There is what appears to be a white plastic bag and a black, some sort of material. The video quality is obviously not perfect, so it's hard to definitively say what those things are, but they appear to be some sort of plastic materials being carried out. There's also what appears to be a wooden handle with some sort of black material wrapped around the very end of it in the right hand.
Yeah, what's your objection?
He's making assumptions he doesn't even know what he's talking about here.
Okay, the witness was asked to interpret what he views on the video and is offering that opinion. You certainly have a right to cross-examine the witness on that point. So the objection's overruled. The answer will stand. Next question.
Thank you. Now, as we continue on in this investigation, and now we start looking at an individual named Kevin Lychwick as a potential suspect, do you ever locate items within his possession that look consistent with what you see on this trail camera video here?
Yes, eventually we do a search of his vehicle, which we'll likely discuss further. But during the search of the vehicle on December the 2nd, pursuant to a search warrant obtained for that search, we located a gravel shovel with a wooden handle that appeared to be cut down with black duct tape around the end. To me, that appears to match what we are seeing in the right hand on this particular video clip. There's also several black plastic sheeting, garbage bags, contractor bags that are located during that search that are consistent with what he's holding in his left hand.
Okay, in playing Exhibit 66 one more time, I'll have a question for you afterwards regarding the direction of travel of this individual, and based on your knowledge of the property, what areas this individual could have been walking towards. Okay, now, having watched Exhibit 66 then, what areas of the property are in the direction in which this person was walking?
So the way he's walking towards the northeast of the property. Remember, that property is kind of on an angle, cardinal direction wise. From that video, if that person was to turn left, they would be going up the hill towards the clearing that we described. And if they were to turn right, but it's slightly off camera, that would be the footpath area where Carlos Maldonado was eventually discovered.
So both areas in that direction are significant in terms of this investigation with both Moxie's trained final response and the location of Mr. Maldonado's remains.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Now, if Madam Clerk, you could show the screen again for everyone. I'll move on to Exhibit 67, and I'm going to continue watching all of these videos with you as we go through the date and times and observations that you make, okay? Now I have 67, and I will pause and restart because it automatically starts playing. 66, so let's, okay. Now, in Exhibit 67, what is the date and time here?
May 2nd, 2024, 0110, so 1:10 a.m.
If we compare the times of exhibit 66 and 67, approximately 29 minutes are in between these two videos. Is that fair to say?
That is correct.
Now, when these videos were watched, were there any other videos in between?
Between 66 and 67, no. And as Mr. Lefebvre talked about with his Waze camera, and what we found when we were reviewing the videos appeared to be motion activated. There were several videos where a car driving on North Street may set it off. Sometimes branches blowing in the wind set it off. But in this case, there was no other videos that were created in between exhibit 66 at approximately 12:40 a.m. and 1:10 a.m.
So this person in the video, who Mr. Lefebvre identified as Mr. Lychwick, does not come back from the direction of the top of that hill or that footpath where Mr. Maldonado was found for 29 minutes.
That's correct. There's no motion in front of the camera.
Object.
See objection?
Prosecution is maintaining that I used the footpath. There's nothing indicating that I used a footpath having to do with anything with the, having any connection with the victim's body.
All right, Mr. Lychwick, certainly you may cross-examine the witness on those inferences that he's drawing. But as far as the witness offering an opinion as to his interpretation of these videos, the objection is overruled.
Your
The
Honor,
answer
it's
may stand.
speculate. it's
Hang on, I'm
speculate-
not done ruling. The objection is overruled. The answer may stand. Mr. Lychwick, do you have something else?
It's speculation, Your Honor.
I'm overruling the objection on that as well. Attorney Thompson, next question.
Thank you. Now I will play exhibit 67 with you, Detective Stern, from the beginning. Okay, with exhibit 67, were you able to see if the person who had been identified as Mr. Lychwick was wearing anything on his hands?
Yes, in that video, you'll note that there appear to be black gloves on his hands.
Do you see that shovel anymore?
No,
What about the plastic sheeting or the darker item that he was carrying from exhibit 66?
nope. In this video clip, it doesn't appear that he's carrying anything back that we had seen in the previous clip.
Now, when Mr. Lychwick is going down those concrete steps that we see before the video stops, what do those steps lead to?
Those steps lead down to the overhead garage door, the one that would lead you into the underground parking area.
And outside of that parking area, is that the location where the key needs to be used by the resident in order to open that garage door?
That's correct. You'll note that it's like you'll see like a pole coming up. And that's where that physical key would be used to open that garage door.
I'm pulling up exhibit 68, but I'll stop it and restart. Now, Detective Stern, the time and date stamp on this video in exhibit 68, please.
May 2nd, 2024, 0111 hours or 1:11 a.m.
Now, it's kind of blocked by Mr. Lychwick, or the person who was identified as Mr. Lychwick, but in front of him, is there that concrete slab with the pole?
Correct.
And does he continue to that specific location on the driveway?
Yes, he does.
And I'm playing 68 from the 0-second mark. Okay. Did you see that individual do anything with his shoes or his feet?
What I observed with that individual was kicking off both shoes using the concrete slab that that pole is attached to, kind of as a surface. To me, it appears that trying to kick something off of the shoes, the way you would clear off mud.
Also, on the right hip of that individual, did you notice anything in his hip area?
Yeah, on the right hip, there seems to be an L-shaped object. Seems to be some sort of holster attached to the right hip. And that's just something that was noticeable that all the videos from this date.
And are you able to tell with the quality of this video exactly what that item is on his hip?
No, from this quality video, I cannot tell exactly what that is.
Now, if we go to exhibit 69, what is the date and timestamp on this one, please?
May 2nd, 2024, 0111 hours and a couple seconds. So it's sequentially from the last video that we watched.
Okay. And where this green square is that something we sometimes see when the camera is capturing the movement in which triggered it to start recording?
Yes, in this particular model of the camera, it does some motion tracking since it is motion activated. So you'll see a green square appear when there's movement.
Playing at the 0-second mark. Okay. Now if we go to exhibit 70, sorry. Does this pick up where the last video left off?
Yes, May 2nd, 2024, 0111 hours, 19 seconds.
Playing at the 0-second mark. Oops, sorry. Does this person then go into, actually strike that. The direction in which this person's walking, where would that be on the property?
They'd be walking into the overhead garage door for the underground parking area.
Now exhibit 71. Sorry. Going back then to the 0-second mark. Now, in looking at exhibit 71, is this individual back here in where we initially saw this person walking in exhibit 66?
That's correct, same area.
Okay, playing from the 0-second mark. Okay, I'm going to bring up exhibit 71 again. What is the time on this video on May 2nd of 2024?
The time is 02:39 hours, so 2:39 a.m.
Attorney
And-
Thompson, just to interrupt, sorry, was the rainbow static pattern a part of that video, or I just wanted to make sure it wasn't an error in playback on our system.
It was
Okay,
not. That
thank you.
is part of the video, unfortunately.
You may continue.
Thank you. Now, Detective Stern, you said 2:39 a.m. Were there any other videos between exhibit 70 and 71 after we see at the end of the last one where that individual went into the garage?
That I do not recall if there were any other videos. Like I mentioned earlier, I was informed and seen many videos where it's just a blowing branch or a car on the road. I don't recall between those two exhibits if there were any other videos or not.
Were you made aware of any other videos in between 70 and 71 that showed this same individual after he had entered the garage?
No, that I'm confident that there were no videos of the same individual that we're currently watching being in between 70 and 71.
So now between 1:11 a.m. where we see this person go into the garage and 2:39 a.m. when we now see that person walking back in the same direction we first saw them, this individual is not out and about on the property that you can see from these cameras.
No.
So I will play exhibit 71 from 0. did that person have any, anything in his hands that you could tell?
Not in that video, no.
If we move on to exhibit 72 then. Going back to the 0-second mark. Now, what is, I know this is the same date of May 2nd of 2024, but what is the time?